Okay.
Very good morning, everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for coming in for the meeting this morning. We are ASOS Engineering and we are building your dreams so you don't have to. It's going to take a while to introduce the team to you, go through our roles and also just remind you of your role as a client. So you know who you are, BBC Birmingham. We all have duties on this project. We all have duties under the CDM regulations. And just to cover a few of those duties here, this is not an exhaustive list, but the main duties as a client are to manage the project without risk to health and safety, but also ensure workflow arrangements and take reasonable steps to ensure that the project designer and the principal contractor comply with their duties. Introduce the team. I'm the principal designer. My name is Stuart Milby. I have a duty of care to you as a client. Again, not an exhaustive list, but in terms of my duties to you, is to plan and manage the pre-construction phase plan, but also to ensure that the designer complies with his duties. Principal contractor, we have Chris. Chris will be talking to you later on, as for the other two guys. And Chris, as principal contractor, he has various duties as well, also to ensure that the construction phase plan is followed by everybody on site. We have, straight from site, in his high vis there, we have Andre. Andre is our site manager, and as site manager he'll be making sure that we comply with the construction phase plan, providing information and instruction on site to all the guys working. And lastly, but by no means least, we have our designer, Ode. Ode has various duties on site, eliminating the hazards and risks at the design stage, and also taking steps to reduce residual risks throughout the design. I'm going to hand you over now to Chris. Chris is going to talk you through briefly the project of Riverside House on Bramley Road. So Chris, if you'd like to take it away.
So the project is the construction of the 4-storey office block with a new entrance onto Bramley Road, which is on here. Construction of a new car park with spaces for 118 vehicles, including 10 disabled spaces, 5 on the northern side and 5 on the western side. As it's such a large project, we've split it into 3 different phases. So the first part of phase 1 is to remove the hedgerows, including the beech tree, and remove the wall here to open up the new entrance to the site. We're going to build a haul road straight up the side, up the middle of the site there, which will give access for all the plant and equipment up to the new building, which will be positioned here. We're going to erect hoarding all around the site to keep site nice and secure away from pedestrians and anyone else who tries to access. We're going to install CCTV on the hoarding. We're going to set up a fuel storage just here through the haul road. There's going to be a gate here with a manned security guard who's going to take all the information off delivery drivers. We've got quite a good opportunity here. With the existing offices here have actually been vacated for us. So we're going to be providing our welfare using the existing offices. So this will be where our first aid room is here. We're going to have a designated smoking area here, and we're also going to take the opportunity to use this here for our canteen, site management offices. We're also for security, we're going to have a reception here with fingerprint scanners, so people coming in and out have to come through this entrance. We have Japanese knotweed down here in the corner. This is going to be completely isolated. Because Japanese knotweed is an invasive species, we don't want anyone coming into contact with it through tools, boots, walking, clothes, because that can then spread the knotweed all over the site. So this area will be isolated off from everybody else, and we'll be getting a specialist company in to advise on what we need to do with that in the future. This area here around the old factory is contaminated ground. It's contaminated with lead and cadmium. This will be removed, excavated. Any hazardous waste that is removed from site will need to be notified to the HSE, We will need hazardous containment notes supplied to site and collected for our records going forward. Phase 2 will be installing contractor storage, including the cosh and compressed air, which will be going here on the next slide. Obviously these will be labelled up and signed, so we've got a compressed air cage here for compressed gases, and we've got our cosh cage here. These will be the storage containers here for all our contractors, plumbing, electricians, shop fitters. We will construct a temporary car park here. This will be used for all the contractors coming onto site. Now by this point in the phase, we're expecting to have anywhere up to 250 operatives on site at one time. So this footfall of contractors will need to be managed. So again, the contractors will come in through here through the new entrance. We'll also have another security gate here with fingerprint scanner to log everyone coming in and out. And then obviously we're then going to build your new 4-storey office here. Phase 3, we're going to have to remove all the storage. We're going to obviously landscape the areas that have been disturbed. We need to build a new access between the new building and the new car park. Construct the new car park. Wagon access now will have to change. This is why again we've had to split it into 3 phases so we can build through the site. The new wagon access will be in here from Bramley Road, one-way system and out through Holt Arch Road. There'll be a manned pedestrian crossing here from the car park, contractor's car park here to the office and welfare facilities. And then once obviously all the new car parks built, this will be obviously renovated and we'll be installing the wall back in and running the pavement through there for the public.
So we have 3 phases of work, which means we have to have a bit of a mix up with the traffic management plan. So for phases 1 and 2, the traffic management plan stays as it is. We have a temporary car park on site in here for contractors. We've got temporary vehicle access, which will come through from the Bramley Road access, which we will make through here. Traffic management will be controlled by gates and vehicle marshal, banksman, and also for signage. There's a 5 mile/h speed limit on site to be maintained. Designated vehicle parking for visitors as well, and this will be cordoned off. Designated traffic marshals to direct the traffic. Because we've got wagons coming in and leaving site, we'll have a wheel wash on site, and that will hopefully keep the roads clean. If there is an issue with cleaning the roads, then street cleaning will be deployed as well. Access for emergency vehicles is via the main site access on the delivery road, and for the welfare office off of Holt Arch Road, which is the access through here. Once we get to phase 3, we have to change things slightly, adapt the traffic management plan. As you saw, we have a road access in here and out there, so that will be the wagon access for this development through here. The manned pedestrian crossing, manned, and there'll be red hoops either end, and signage to make sure that people don't cross the road without looking first. Again, 5 mile/h speed limit, which will be signposted, and security gate will be moved to the entrance of Bramley Road, which is down here, for delivery of materials.
Hello, regarding the site security plan, site hoarding to be installed external contractor, CCTV fitted to hoardings, fingerprint screens at sign and gate, managed entrance and exit, delivery drivers to sign with security on arrival, also for all visitors to be signed once they arrive to the site. All plans will be locked and kept in secure place. Last, all tools and equipment will be stored in containers, will not in use. So this is part of our security plan.
Hello. About the site welfares, we are lucky that you guys are allowing us to use the existing building for the offices. We will have on the first floor in there, we will have the site management offices, and on the ground floor we will have the canteen, toilets for males and females, and the contractor changing rooms, drying rooms that are provided with roller towers. About the canteen area, it will allow up to maximum 125 persons at any one time. But based on that and assuming that not all staff will use all the facilities in the same time, we have prepared 6 microwaves, 2 large fridge freezers, and 6 water heating urns. Of course, all the toilets will have barrier creams, moisturizers, as well as soaps. All the fingerprint scanners points will have antibacterial gel provided before the entrance and after the exit from the barriers. Drinking water will be provided in the canteen. Also, smoking area, we're gonna have it just outside the existing building. Female toilets will be provided with sanitary bins. First aid kits will be in the welfare building and in the canteen, as well as in first floor where is the office management. Names and contact numbers for the site leaders and fire wardens will be displayed on site on notice boards and also be available at the induction. All staff will have access to our site mental health first aider, so any problems coming with stress or things like this can be brought up to the first aider. About the site rules, there are a lot of them, but we would like to highlight a few of them, like that all personnel shall undergo site induction training when they arrive on site. Also, every dangerous occurrence, near miss, accident must be reported to the site management immediately. Smoking will only be permitted in the designated areas, which is going to be just outside the canteen. Vehicle drivers must wear the appropriate PPE when outside vehicles, and vehicles are not to be reversed in front of the building unless they are under control from an authorized bankman, because pretty much all the entries are going to be from here going up, so there will be the need of a banksman to go with the traffic. Also, no eating on site or in the vehicles, because we have the river close, also the drainage, which might attract rats, and with that we would have a problem with the Wales disease. And not last, it's all operators to hold a relevant and up-to-date CSCS card before they access the site, and also the fingerprint scanner is set so if your CSCS expires, you cannot access the site anymore from the fingerprint.
Agency works. So agency work, there will be cleaning agency on charge of the cleaning facilities twice a week. So they have already sent the risk assessments and mental statements to the client through previously 2 emails. So yeah.
Emergency plans, we've got a couple of emergency plans in place. Obviously, standard fire emergency plan in case of fire, site will be evacuated. We've submitted the fire emergency, or both emergency plans, to your health and safety officer, who's looking at those at the moment. And in terms of the fire systems, we've got 2 systems in place. There's a system inside the welfare unit as it stands, which will be used, also been checked and maintained. And there will be a system on site conveyed through the use of handheld radios, hand use alarm systems as well. Very similar in case of flood. Now we do have a site that's next to both a river, or near a river, and a drain, so potential flood risk. Weather at this time of year as well can be fairly inclement, so we do have a flood plan in place, and similar evacuation plan. We have a muster point which is down here. So we will be displaying these as well on notice boards, and all of this information will be in the site production as well. Details of first aid is, I think as we said, is displayed on the notice boards. We have notice boards in the welfare on the site as well, and at key points, entry and exit points around the site. Just to give you an idea, this is our in case of flood. So here we go, prepare, act and survive. Signage for the flood warning will be up around the site as well. And as I say, this has all been forwarded to the Health and Safety Officer, and he's looking at this at the moment.
So permissions and notifications. Obviously the following works will require permissions and or notifications. So I mentioned earlier the removal of the contaminated ground, which again will be permitted work plus any hazardous waste notes we will require. All excavations will need permits, and we will contact local utility companies, make them aware of the work that we're doing, ask for the surveys of all the services that are on site. If any services are found and not on the drawing, all work will currently cease, and we will have to go back to the utility suppliers for more information. All hot work, cutting and welding will require permits. High voltage electrical equipment will need an electrical permit. Ladders, step ladders will need a working at height permit. This also includes any scaffolding, newts, any cherry pickers that come on site. And obviously your Form F10, which again we are required, we can do this for you, we can do it yourselves, submit to the HSE to notify them about the work. The health and safety poster will be displayed on the health and safety boards on site, along with the insurance certificates and the F10 once it has been received.
A keen-eyed among you will have noticed that there is a small stone circle just outside the site. So in terms of heritage, we've looked into this to see if there are any restraints here. Desk-based research was carried out in 2002 by Oxford Archaeology, suggesting that the site, due to the building of earlier factories on site through here, and also the development of the Riverside Cafe, had previously disturbed their remains. Valuation was undertaken during the building of the cafe, and this was proven to be true, so no further requirements on the heritage side.
So regarding site induction, the process of ensuring workers and construction site are fully informed about organization and operation of the site and of their responsibility in focus of particular on safety aspects on the site. So regarding the site checks list, we're having site inductions every single day at 8 a.m. in the morning at the site. So one of our focusing, it's outline of the project, management of the project, first aid arrangements of briefing works on an ongoing basis, like toolbox talk once a week at least, site layout, site rules, site welfare facilities, and etc.
This is not an exhaustive list, obviously, but
I would also want to add there is site induction that everyone is going to be advised to come at least 15 minutes prior to the induction, and we will have also all the signs covered in the induction, and advise everyone to follow the rules and follow the signs on the site. Now about the open day, we want to surprise you and make you happy, so we decided to do a 3-hour event. But before this, we will generate an evacuation plan that is going to be for the day, and we will assign a new master point that's going to be somewhere around here, just for the day where is the event, and this is going to be displayed on the leaflets. Also, we will have a special request for a meet and greet and for a guest speaker. It is Stephen Knight, who's the creator of Peaky Blinders. So being based in Birmingham, I think it suits, also being with the BBC. Invites, we will have 50 students from the Department of Media and Journalism and Film from Birmingham City University, which I suppose you guys want to present your apprenticeship programs, also do a tour of the building, show how it's being worked and what kind of facilities, what kind of programs you run with the apprenticeship. Finger food and drinks will be available during the event, and also not to forget the security will be pretty low, just based that we have all the people on an invitation base event.
So there are a few extras as well that we can suggest that might be good to go ahead with. When it comes to the welfare on site, obviously we're able to use, as we've said, the existing offices, and we think that's a great cost saving for you as a client, not having to get to delivery costs for cabins and things. And then there's
5 minutes to go.
Another saving here as well is that the existing car park, it's not that old. We've had a look at it and done a survey. The new car park, which comes across the top here, and includes this area, we can scale this out, and this could be a cost saving for us as well, a smaller area to there, because we can modify this, redesign it, and include it within the overall car park. The other thing was that this area around here, it's going to have to be re-landscaped. So as we do this, we discuss the options of putting in things like bird boxes, bat boxes, and encouraging some more wildlife in nature. There's a great opportunity for wildlife in the park here, so perhaps we can encourage some of that across here, bring the nature to site, and bring the place up a little bit. I think that concludes our talk this morning. If you'd like for any questions, I'm happy to try and answer them for you.
Questions from the floor, please?
Yes, Rob.
About the Japanese knotweed, I know you said you're in the inclusion zone for it. Do you have anything in place for when you actually start the work? Because obviously the seeds spread across the work. Do you have any washing facilities for wash booths or anything like that?
Well, that's the point, is that the area will be barriered off, no access will be allowed, so it can't get on
Yeah,
anybody.
but with the Japanese knotweed, you're going to need to do a sweep of the area because the seeds will flow out. So before you start any work in there, you're going to have to look at where the seeds
We've discussed with an external contractor the possibility of burying initially, just to keep them covered. They can come back to us, obviously there's cost involved in that, and there's logistics involved in that as well. But it's all in phase 1, so it's all part of the phase 1 work, so this is all in
Are you
consideration.
going to put a boot wash in there and then
boot wash, yeah.
60 clothes as well, you can spread in it about?
Yeah, well, we've got, so in terms of welfare, we've got showers and things over here, but there are areas for placing clothing as well, and boot wash things are a consideration.
I know it's going to be a very, very busy site with delivery, so how are you going to manage the PPE with the drivers, keeping them on sites?
Vehicle checklists. So there'll be a vehicle checklist set up, so that what will happen is we've got approved contractors in terms of our delivery of our guys who bring the wagons in. Everyone will have a pack sent to them, which will have which will detail what they need to have when they come to site. If they don't get that, there will be a notice issued, and we'll have to maintain that because we're so limited on space, like you say, trying to get people in, trying to maintain times as well. So we'll set up. We'll try to set up and regulate where we can a timetable for deliveries. That can be very difficult, and it's something that you have to adapt and manage on site as you go. But if if the pack system is in place, if they're sticking to that, then that at least eliminates some issues of not having the right PPE, not knowing the right side address, or not knowing the system. So they know the system before they get it.
I've got another question. Sorry. I noticed on your welfare facilities you didn't have anything for disabled toilets or anything for pregnant.
Being an already used building, it already has facilities for disabled people and showers.
Well, that's an interesting point, actually. I'd like to follow up on it. I mean, how many toilets does this office building have?
Being a building of many floors,
I mean, the existing welfare building.
it
The
has
existing welfare
around
building has 2 floors.
Yeah.
It currently has gents and women's on the ground floor, gents and women's on the first floor.
So how many toilets does it have, though?
It has 10 in each toilet.
Okay, because, I mean, our
So
understanding of the
you're
building is it was
50
used
people.
by 25 people. So
We've
that's,
also
that's one toilet for 2
arranged
people.
for on-site toilets as well, so portaloos as well on site, so that minimises travel between site and
so sorry, this portal is going to be plumbed into, are they going to be flushing toilets and connected to?
No,
No,
not
is
the
there?
blue ones.
But they are in a position where they can be accessed for regular service.
Is that bridge part of the traffic management?
Bridge.
Yeah, is there going to be deliveries?
That bridge is out of our area.
So you're not going to have any deliveries coming down there or going up there?
Our contractors come this way, so.
The existing building at the moment that you're going to be taking over for your welfare facilities, who owns it at the moment?
The clients.
Fine, BBC Wembley.
Oh, okay. You know, we knew.
I didn't realise you know.
It's
that.
not part of the
We've spoken to your project manager yesterday.
And so I assume we've sent you an asbestos awareness report over for that building then?
This is correctly. Yes. Yeah,
You've got a copy of it?
we'll get your copy.
Audrey,
Yes,
I would just like to know how many first aiders have you on site?
sorry?
How many first aiders have you on site?
Should be around, how many years? Meant to
I think
be,
there should be 4 available. It's gonna be me, site manager, and 3 of the supervisors as well. That gonna be also in the site, on the ground works, and inside the worker.
Well, I do believe you've got to have 1 in 50, and they're planning 250 workforce.
It is based.
So it's
at the
very
beginning,
tight.
It's
No,
based
but
on how the
if-
building works. I don't think. I mean, at the moment, we're just gonna start with the groundwork, so we're gonna be 4 people in there, and each contractor that's gonna come forward, we're gonna have supervisors as well. That should be first aiders.
Okay. Huh? Also, you mentioned smoking area. I didn't hear any provisions for vapors.
It's a good question, that. That's a very, very, very good question.
As a vapor myself, I happily use normal smoking areas.
But not everyone does. I will make you aware because a lot of my friends have packed up smoking like myself and they find the smell of the smoke very offensive.
we would like to arrange a bit.
Well,
We'd like to
does
speak
vapors,
to
the
them in
vapors need a
consideration.
designated
Yes.
smoking area? Is that
Yeah.
legal?
Yes.
Yeah, it's HSE guidance, so.
How are
We can
your
certainly install.
first
We
aiders?
can put one in.
How are your
Okay.
first aiders and fire marshals going to be seen to employees on site?
System of hard hat slippers and we have a hard hat colour system on site, so all supervisors are designated black hats. Anyone in first aid has the first aid green, anyone in fire marshal has the fire marshal red, regardless of what colour your hat is. So that system's in place, and that's in the induction as well, so everything moves smoothly. So it's just a quick identification system on site. Also, I think I pointed out in the talk that we have notice boards within the welfare and also across the site at the entry and exit points showing who the designated first aiders and fire marshals are. There's a system in place to cover, so if anybody is unwell or if anybody is on leave, there's a system in place where a person will take their position as first aider or fire marshal. So we try and cover that, so we've also always got the amount of people.
We've got time for one more question. Oh, take your pick, who would you like? Would you like Mike, or would you like...
Would you just expand on the measures you're going to take to protect your workers from exposure to the cadmium and lead in the contaminated ground?
Well, that will be carried out on phase 1, so we're going to be limited to the amount of people we have on site. So the general plan was obviously once we built the road in, is that the idea is to organise the different contractors so that they're not working in the same area. So the idea is that this work will be carried out while the contractors are installing these hoardings. So we will try and keep each trade away from each other as long as we can for the work that's carried out. The hoarders and the CCTV installers won't be allowed to work down this area until this area is clean and all decontaminated.
So you're not going to have a health surveillance program for the workers who are involved in removing the contaminated ground?
We do, it's a separate contractor and they have their own occupational health therapists.
Good answers and a very good question, and that brings it to an end. Well done, guys. Well done.